Hey guys, Jim here with another video for you. I was going to do a 5 underrated forgotten film series like I normally do, but I decided to do something a little bit different. This is 10 check your brain at the door stupid action movies you need to watch. But before we begin, at the end of this video, if you like what you see, please consider giving me a thumbs up, a possible subscribe, and most importantly, please leave comments below. Let me know how you feel about these picks and if you have any questions about them whatsoever. Also, before I begin, I want to mention that I posted a video a couple days ago where it's called 500 Subs Furiosa Giveaway and more announcements. I am giving away a digital copy of Furiosa. If you have not checked that out, please go over to that video. You don't have to watch the whole thing if you don't want. Just leave in the comments below, enter me in the drawing, and I will certainly do that. The cutoff for that is Tuesday, this coming Tuesday at noon Central Standard Time. Okay, let's get on with it. I was just in a goofy mood of watching, some goofy action lately, and I really like action movies that it's basically check your brain at the door, just have a good time type things that don't require a lot of plot. Now, there are exceptions to that, of course. I've gone on record, I'm not a Fast and Furious fan, so I'm not into those franchises. And a lot of the more popular ones along those lines, I'm really not a fan of either. But for the most part, when it comes down to one shots or whatever that come out of nowhere and caught me unexpected the first time I saw them, they definitely have a very high place in my heart. So, with no particular order, we're just going to start off with 10 suggestions in that type of genre. And the first one is Crank, starring Jason Statham, Amy Smart, and Dwight Yoakam, among others. This one is directed by the Never Dean Taylor team. Two guys. And I love this movie. And it definitely fits that description from the video. Check your brain at the door. There's not a moment of this movie that can be taken seriously, but my God, is it fun. If you're in the right state of mind or if you just like dumb action, yeah, this movie is right up your alley. It's awesome. So the first selection is Crank. Similar to that type of movie, but even dialed up more, is Shoot 'Em Up. Starring Clive Owen, Paul Giamatti, and Monica Bellucci, among others. And this one is written and directed by Michael Davis. Again, check your brain at the door. There are some sequences in this movie I guarantee you've never seen before. But this movie is a lot of fun. This movie's a blast. And Paul Giamatti hams it up so much as the villain. It's just, you got to see this movie if you've never seen it. So the second selection is Shoot 'Em Up. Next, we got an exploitation cheese fest from the 80s, The Soldier, written and directed by James Glickenhaus, who also did The Exterminator and Shakedown. And this one stars Ken Wall and has a small appearance from Klaus Kinski. My dad took me to see this at the theater when it came out, and you want to talk about dumb. This movie is dumb as a stump. But my God, again, it's entertaining as hell. And the opening is an all-timer. It's great. And it also has one of the best ski sequences up to its time in a movie. It's great. So the third selection is The Soldier. Since we're in the 80s, why not go with Chuck in Invasion USA? Or Invasion Florida. That's what my good buddy Carlos from Eastwood Fan for Life calls it. And that's more or less what this movie is. But you know what? I have a ball watching this movie. This one's directed by Joseph Zito. And this is my favorite Chuck Norris movie. It's not the best in quality by far, although it does have his best mullet in it. But this movie is so much fun. And again, not a moment of it can be taken seriously, especially the finale where Chuck blows a guy out a window with a bazooka. It's just brilliant, and then they immediately go to credits. I mean, yeah, check your brain at the door, have a good time, just bask in the glow of Chuck's mullet and enjoy Invasion USA. Next, how about Wanted? starring James McAvoy, Angelina Jolie, Common, and Morgan Freeman, among others. This is based on a comic, and this one is directed by Timur Kubetnikov. I could never get that guy's name right, not even close. But again, this movie's a blast. It's kind of like a cross between a superhero movie and The Matrix in a way, but my God, this movie is fun. And James McAvoy is hysterical in this movie. I mean, he just is. This movie's so much fun. And again, it was one of those movies that when I saw it originally, I didn't know what to expect, but I did not expect this. And my God, this movie is just a blast in every way. So the next selection was Wanted. Now we're going to cheat. I'm going 3 for the price of 1 with the Mexico trilogy or the Mariachi trilogy, depending on what you want to say, from Robert Rodriguez, which consists of 3 films: El Mariachi, Desperado, and Once Upon a Time in Mexico. Now, of the 3, the one that I would definitely recommend the most is Desperado. It is absolutely incredible, and it fits this tone perfectly, because it is. Check your brain at the door, have a good time. But El Mariachi only cost about 10 grand to make, and he did it guerrilla style with his friends and neighbors and relatives. And from that perspective, it's a miracle movie. It really is. And it launched Robert Rodriguez's career, and he just went on to bigger and better things from that point. But Desperado, like I said, it's one of those movies. Again, I when I saw it, I had no idea what to expect, and I did not expect the great time I had watching it. Once Upon a Time in Mexico is a lot of fun too, but Desperado is on another level. But all 3 are great. And I figured we'd throw a foreign film in there, actually a couple, but one's a foreign language film for sure. And that is Versus from Japan. This one is directed by Rui Kitamura, who also directed Midnight Meat Train and a couple of other movies that I really enjoy, especially No One Lives. I absolutely love No One Lives. But anyway, this movie is like a ninja, horror, comedy, Evil Dead, zombie mashup with about 10 other genres, including comedy. It doesn't make a lick of sense, but my God, is it fun, and it is not boring. This movie is a lot of things, but boring is not one of them. So the nice selection is Versus. And last, but certainly not least, it's probably the best movie out of all of these films, Sisu. This was released last year, and it is written and directed by Jarmari Helander, and stars, I'm cheating, I gotta look at the names, Jorma Tomila, Amkel Hane, and Jack Doolan, among others. This is if John Wick had a grandpa and killed Nazis for an hour and a half, because that's exactly what this movie is. The blurb there, glorious carnage, is perfect description of what to expect with this movie, because that's exactly what it is. And my God, is it fun. This is actually my favorite movie from 2023. It is. It's when it's all said and done, it's not the best movie of that year. It's my favorite movie of that year. And if you've never seen it, do yourself a favor. Watch it immediately. This movie is a blast. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please, once again, give me a thumbs up, a possible subscribe, but more importantly, please leave comments below. And again, if you're interested in that Furiosa digital giveaway, get over to that other video and leave a comment that you would like to be included in that drawing, and I will include you in that drawing. So until the next time, I hope everybody's having a great day, and we'll see you then.